Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and I have a super cute project for you. Earlier this week, I did a card with the Filled with Cheer bundle, and we used the Filled with Fun dies to create some of the die cuts. And I wanted to bring you something. I wanted to do the wagon as a 3D object, and I figured out a cute little way to do it. And the Filled with Fun bundle, which is the stamp set, and I've got my dies on a Stamp and Storage magnet card here. And this bundle is on low inventory right now, so just a little heads up, if you don't want to wait to make this project and you don't already have this bundle, it is on low inventory. I don't know, they probably already ordered new dies to come back in, but it depends on when they ordered them. So there could be a delay if you want to do this project. But I just checked, and they are available right now. But I wanted to blast ahead because so often I want to do a project and then the bundle is already like sold out for a while, and I just want to jump in and share with you how to do this project. So this is the cute little wagon that you can make with the Filled with Fun bundle. You could also add the Filled with Cheer. I have that over here. Filled with Cheer is our Christmas add-on for that. So it has a couple of matching dies like this wagon piece and the lights up here. So you could also do this as a Christmas themed. I did not do it as a Christmas theme today, but it is super cute to create this little birthday wagon. One of the special features of this wagon, and I actually I designed this yesterday, and this morning I was going to photograph it, and my Hershey's nuggets fell out of the wagon, and that kind of drove me a little crazy because I thought, wow, if you're giving this as a favor or as a gift, you probably don't want them sliding around. So I created, you can kind of see on this one, I created a window sheet cover for the little nuggets. So now unless you give them a good shake and everything comes out, they're not going to come out very easily. So now they're like more transportable. They're better for a favor, like on a dinner table or something like that. This one's a very cute birthday themed one. My favorites are actually these ones, the flower ones, because you can make them in all the different in colors and just have a cute little theme going, or whatever color you want for that matter. You don't actually have to do them in these particular in colors because this paper comes in all the different color families. I do love the in colors though. So let me just show you. So this little piece of paper right here holds the two wrapped nuggets in here as well. We can pry that apart when I have my down facing camera. And so that holds that in so they don't come out. So it's the same as the window sheet, but it's just a floral wrapper. I'm just using a piece of Designer Series paper as a lid instead of the window sheet. So it gives it a nice finished look too. And the nuggets won't come out. When you take this off, there are the wrapped nuggets underneath. So it's super, super cute, isn't it? I just love this. What else can I tell you? Okay, before we jump in and I demonstrate how to make this, I'll let you know that I do have a host code running for this month. Here it is, the July 2024 host code. If you use this host code and spend $50 this month with me, you will be getting, where are they? The iridescent faceted gems. These are really, really cute gems. I use them on Tuesday's projects if you want to see a close-up of them in action. They're kind of like an opal. They have all those different kind of blue purples in them, but they really capture the light really well. So that will be July's gift, and that gift gets sent in August. The other thing we have happening this month is bonus days. So for every $50 you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon to use in August. So if you qualify for my gift, you're also going to at least qualify for one coupon. And those bonus day coupons, it's for every 50 you spend. So if you spend $100, you're going to get 2 coupons, etc. And if you have more than one order in the month, just as long as you're spending $50, you're going to get another $5 coupon, and you can collect all of those $5 coupons and use them in August. So it's a really cool deal. One other thing I should mention, with the Filled with Fun bundle, you might, I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff on my screen here. With the Filled with Fun bundle, you might go, I have a catalog and it's not in there. That's because this was an online exclusive, as is the Filled with Cheer stamp set. Filled with Fun got released earlier in the year, and Filled with Cheer is the holiday add-on stamp set. So these are they only release them online. So they have kind of a more, or should I say, temporary presence. They could hang on for a long time if they're popular, but if Stampin' Up! Notices they're not selling, or they have other products that they want to bring in, they might not keep these around forever. And there's not really a strict timeline for when they will stop. I imagine this one will stick around for a little while longer because it matches the Filled with Cheer stamp set. But just to let you know, the retirement isn't the same as with like the annual catalog. So we could see in fall that, or maybe early spring, that this might no longer be available. It will just pop off the list. So if you want to get it, just remember that it doesn't follow a traditional sense, and you can only find it online. And of course you can purchase it anytime. I have my supply list on my blog, and the supply list is down below in my YouTube video as well. But sometimes people are confused as to where to find these. They're not in a catalog. They're only listed online. Okay. I think I've told you everything except for I will have a project sheet for you. It is underway, but it wasn't in a shape that I could print it off and hold it up. That gets sent out on Saturday to all my email list subscribers. So if you want my project sheet with the little wagon instructions, just make sure you are on my email list, and that link is down below in the description of the video. Just go down below, look for where to subscribe, and make sure, I get this question sometimes. People are like, I subscribed and I'm not getting it. Make sure you look for an email from MailChimp. It's coming from me, but it's through MailChimp. And you have to authenticate your email address, because often people type in the wrong email address, and you need to authenticate your email address. So when that comes to your inbox, it will come in, and you'll just need to click on the link to validate the fact that you do want to be on the email list. And so that might be a reason you're not getting it. So if you didn't get that authentication email, go back in and try subscribing again. All right. So many of you here this morning. I love that. I will talk to you all after I am finished my project, but let's get started. Let me pop over to my workspace. I wanted to show you real quick. So here is this little paper cover. Okay, it's a very simple design, and it just tucks into the sides here. And these are the nuggets here, and they are wrapped. Okay, they fit in really nicely. So, but if you're handling them and you don't put that cover on, then they can fall out. So you just take this and you just kind of tuck it in on all 4 sides. Come on. I'm making it look harder than it is, but you just tuck it in on all 4 sides, and then that kind of creates that cover for you. This wagon is super cute. If you didn't have this flower thing on the back. It's super cute just as a wagon as well, right? And you could put your little birthday greeting on there. Like if you wanted more of a masculine feel, I might go with more like the gift theme and do them in different colors maybe. And you could put a different greeting on here, but it is super cute just as a wagon alone. But look, when you turn it over and you make it into the floral one, it's just really, really pops. If you're making a bunch of these as favors, like maybe instead of happy birthday, it's thank you because they came to your birthday party and you want to send them off with a little something, then you could do a little thank you instead of the happy birthday and do them in all the different in colors, and that just would really be beautiful. We're going to do this in peach pie today, so you can see one more color. And this one was done in pretty in pink. Okay, I think I've done enough talking. Oh, one more thing before I forget. That little happy birthday comes from the Saying Hey stamp set. Oh, and look, there is a thanks in that stamp set. That would be a good size for the front of the wagon. So think about that if you're looking for, you know, some different options. But that would, this little happy birthday is just the perfect size, just the perfect font for the front of that. Okay, lots of talking, but I always have to give you some information on the start. So let's build the little box. We're going to build this little box here first. So you know what I'm doing. And I'm going to, I love my Simply Scored. So let me find my little note where I have my dimensions on here. This piece is a piece of peach pie, just a regular piece of cardstock. And it measures 4 inches by 2 1/4. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to score it at the 5/8 inch mark on all 4 sides. 5/8 on all 4 sides. This is the Simply Scored is awesome. It's just like lickety split, and you've got all of those scored. And I'll have a little diagram for you. You can kind of see the score lines. There we go. Kind of see them. It's a very kind of typical pattern that I do. Then we're going to take some scissors and we're going to go to the ends, the short ends, and we're going to cut up along the score lines just until the first score intersection here. Do the same on the other side. Okay, so we've got those little guys cut. And then we're going to taper all of these little end tabs. Now they've become little tabs. We're just going to do like a little tiny taper. It's like a very, very small taper. So you can kind of see the difference. This one's tapered and this one's not. I like to do them in the same section. So I'm just flipping that over and doing it on the back of this one. And then I'll flip this over. I like to cut on this side rather than on this side for some reason, probably because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you're probably cutting on the opposite side. There we go. So we've just created this little piece that is tapered, which is like the little box piece. I'll put this away in my little stamping caddy. And we're going to just fold this along the score lines, kind of do this and do all 3 of those like that. And I'll do all 3 of those like that. Then I'll press those back and then I'll do that and like that. So fold along all the score lines, pop that back in the holder. Glue. We're going to put glue on all 4 corners and bring it together to form the box. Okay, so we're going to glue. I'm going to live dangerously and put glue on all the 4 corners. Sometimes I just do 2 at a time, but I'm going to try and do this and not get glue all over myself. So let's bring in one corner first. I like to take my time and you know, make sure my score line matches up with the edge right there. And let's bring in the other one. Do the same thing. And just give this a press. All right, so we've created this side. Now we're gonna come over to the other side. These two, it's easiest to kind of do them both at the same time. But just when you do that, just take a little time with the placement. The glue will allow you to have a little bit of time just to kind of slide things around and get it into place so that you have a nice edge. Okay. Give that a little press. Okay, so that is the box for the wagon. And now we're going to create all of the pieces that hold and support this little box. We're going to stamp the wagon piece. And this is the wagon piece that comes with Filled with Fun. There's another one that comes with the Filled with Cheer. So if you have both, you can choose whichever one you like better. Since I kind of am focusing on Filled with Fun with this one, I'm going to use the one that comes with Filled with Fun. And I'm going to use the same color ink as the cardstock. So if I'm using Pretty in Pink paper or cardstock, I'm going to use Pretty in Pink ink. So I'm using Peach Pie ink on Peach Pie cardstock. So you just match the ink color to the cardstock. And that's going to give it kind of like a shadow. I don't know, here. Once it dries, it kind of gives it like that kind of effect right there. So it's kind of tone on tone. I think that looks really nice. Put this away. We're going to die cut this piece. We also want to stamp the flowers, and I'm going to do that in Tuxedo Black ink because we're going to color them. We're going to add that little bit of color to them. So I am going to carefully ink these all up. You want to make sure that all the flowers and leaves are inked up. So give it a little time, tap, tap, tap. Okay, that looks good. And then you're going to stamp this down onto a piece of paper. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to, oh, we need to do some more stamping too. I shouldn't have put that away, but before we go further, you're going to want to take your Peach Pie Stampin' Blends, and you're going to go and color all of the leaves. And I just realized I forgot to put one thing on my supply list, but you can look it up if I don't manage to update it before you want to buy stuff. This is the Lemon Lime Twist color. So that's the color green I used on my flowers. So you're just going to go ahead and color all of these with Peach Pie and Lemon Lime Twist. It's very easy. I didn't do any shading on here, and just color that whole piece. To save myself a little time with you this morning, I actually cut myself a piece and colored it already. And so that's just all colored there. Then I'm going to notice how the back of this piece has the bleeding through the Stampin' Blends. That is because it's an alcohol marker and it does penetrate the paper. There's nothing you can really do about that. You could also use, if you didn't want the bleed through, the Stampin' Right markers have less bleed through. So that would also be a good option for the flowers. Those are on back order right now, so they're not available for purchase, but they will be coming back into stock later this month. So if you just want the Stampin' Right markers in the pack, the 5-pack of In Colors, you could also use that to color these. Lemon Lime Twist is not in that bunch, but you could use the Shy Shamrock in there. It's a little bit of a darker green. Okay, so I cut myself an equal size piece to back this up so we wouldn't see the bleed through. So we're just gonna put glue on here, and we're going to glue these two pieces together, and we're gonna die cut them at the same time so it goes through both of these. I stamped this on regular basic white, so it's the thinner of the two basic whites. It's the one that's recommended for Stampin' Blends. So now this piece will be backed up when we run it through. So those pieces need to be die cut. We also need some wheels. So let's open this back up. We're going to take Memento ink and we're going to do a bunch of wheels. So with the wheels, I die cut a bunch of them this morning, so you wouldn't have to watch me do all of them, but you're going to need 4 stamped and die cut wheels and 4 blank white wheels. So I'll show you in a minute all the die cut pieces that you'll need in total, but I want to show at least some die cutting because some people are new to die cutting and I don't want to miss out on that step, so you don't know how it all works. Okay. Let's grab our mini emboss. I've got it right here. It's so cute. All right, let's open it up. And I will tell this to everyone a million times with my mini emboss. So the number 1 plate that comes with the machine works well with some machines, but for others, the machines are all a little different. And for my machine, it is too tight. And when you run it through with this, it's like impossible to crank through. So never ever force anything through like in a die cutting machine. It doesn't matter what brand it is, just don't do it. But I will tell you the number 3 plate works perfectly as a base platform for tight machines. So I'm going to use my number 3 instead of my number 1. We'll put the number 1 away. Then you're going to put down one of your clear cutting plates and we'll start off with our little flowers, and we have a die cut for that. I'm going to grab a little piece, I've got some extra pieces of this Post-it and labeling cover up tape. I think I forgot to put that in the supply list too, so I'll add those 2 things, the Stampin' Blends and the die cutting, the Post-it labeling and cover up tape. You could also use the top of a Post-it note if you prefer. I just got tired of cutting up all my Post-it notes to use them as little sticky devices. And then we're just going to put this on top. We're going to run this through. I did this previously on my big machine, and it was fine going through just once. Let's see if this cut all the way through just with 1 pass. I think it did. Okay. If it doesn't cut through because it's a double thickness thing, go back and forth because it will just need extra pressure. But this was fine. It went through with just 1 pass. Okay, so that's the first piece we want to die cut. Then we're going to bring everything back. We're going to grab the wagon, and now we're going to grab the wagon die. And I do want to point out, I've been using these for years. These are Stampin' Storage magnet sheets, so the dies, like, they stay on here. And the cool thing about these is they also fit inside your case, so you can keep your bundle together. That works well for most bundles. There are some dies that are bigger than the case, in which case you'll have to go up a size. But I love how these fit right inside here. So anyway, sometimes I get asked like about how I hold my dies. So I'm just gonna make sure that looks good in place. And then we're going to go ahead and die cut this one. All right. Look how nice. Okay, and then we need this piece right here. This is this piece, this L-shaped piece. We're going to put this on here. This is the handle for the wagon. Oops, I'm making loud noises. You're going to need 2 of these to create your little handle, your little 3D handle. So I already cut one of those out. You just, I'm not even stamping these ones. They do have a stamp, but I'm not going to do that because you won't see the way I'm gluing them. It doesn't work out well if you stamp them. Okay, we've got 2 circles on these dies, so that's going to help you. If you go ahead and stamp a bunch of these, you can cut 2 at a time. When I stamp my wheels 4 in a row, I kind of do wheel 1 and wheel 3, and then wheel 2 and wheel 4, because it works better for because there's a bit of an edge. So sometimes they kind of, if the 2 wheels are side by side, sometimes the dies won't fit side by side. So I just kind of gap them. But I'm just going to show you how I die cut one wheel. You will need 8 total, okay? 4 with the actual wheel shape and 4 just blank circles. It doesn't matter because you will see the back side of the wheel a bit. So if you want to do all of them stamped, you can, but for me, it's easier not to have to pin down the circle and just die cut them quickly. Okay, I think I've die cut everything that I need, but we'll see. Sometimes I need to bring the machine back in. All right, let's bring stuff in that we need. Okay, I want to show you. You're going to need 2 of the wagon pieces, 2 of the handle pieces. You're going to need 1, 2. Come on. They want to stick together. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an extra piece. Okay, so these are the pieces that you're going to need to assemble this wagon. So we're going to start off with grabbing one of these pieces and we're going to add it to the side. If you want to just first dry fit it so that you know where you're going to place it, that's probably easier than when you just start gluing and then you're like, oh my gosh, that's not really where I wanted it. The top of the wagon piece here is going to match up with the top of the box. So you'll want the tops matching, and then the bottom, there's going to be an overhang on the bottom, okay? And this edge and this edge almost perfectly match the sides of the box. So you're going to have a little bit of, there's a little bit of a bump up at the top. But below the bump, that is going to fit the side of this box and the side of this side. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put glue on the side of the box because that's the easiest way to do this. Then you're going to pop this on top and just kind of slide it into place, line it up. Feel with your fingers, take a peek, make sure it looks lined up. You can turn it around. That looks pretty good. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the one side. You've got that little under piece. Okay, kind of see the sides sticking out like that. Okay, let's do the other side. Let's glue this on. Same thing, the top lines up with the top and the sides right here should line up. Take a little peek before the glue is dried. Okay, that looks good. We've just created the wagon and look, it looks pretty good, just like that. Okay, now we're going to do the wheels. So let's set the black wheels aside because those are going to be the outside wheels. We're going to position the inside wheels. We're going to have one of the inside wheels are going to be attached on the back side, on this back side, and then the front of the wheels are going to be attached on the front. But we're going to do the back ones first. So we're going to grab these white ones. So what I do is I kind of paint with glue just around the tippy edge of the inside. I'm just going to pop this on here. Kind of line up your wheel. It can be tucked just a little bit into the box, but not too far. And what I like to do, I can hold these up to the light. I don't know if you can kind of see a shadow, but if I hold mine up to the light, because this is regular basic white, I can see the overlap with the cardstock. And the cool thing about that is that way I can tell if it's centered on that little wheel well. That helps me just position it. But even if you're a little bit off on the wheel well, you're going to glue the outer wheel in the perfect spot overlapping this one on the outside, so it's not going to matter. But if you're nitpicky like me, I just kind of hold it up to the light and look, oh, does it look like an even U-shape cardstock that's peeking through on the other side? And you'll notice I've just got this, the teeniest, tiniest little bit tucked into the box area. You don't have to do that. It can be right on that box line, but that's the way I've been doing it. So just so you know. And you're going to do that with all of these. You're going to just kind of paint just on that wheel well. I'm going to do both of these at the same time. That way I have less gluing to do. My light is coming in through here. So when I hold it up, I can see very well. On camera, that probably won't be the case. But I don't know, you can maybe see, I don't know, you can maybe see like the shadow of a U coming through the wheel well. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. And that's what it looks like right now. They're all behind. And now we'll take these wheels. Decide, so when I stamp these, some of them will look better than others. So decide which wheels you like the best and which side you like the best. And, you know, choose like this one, the die cutting, I was a little closer on this side than the other side. So I'm going to make that the back side. And I like this one a little better. So I'm going to make this the front side. So I'm going to take my wheels. I'm going to put glue all the way to the edge as much as I can, and then I'm just going to overlap this wheel with the other wheel perfectly. This is going to give stability because it's now on both sides of the wagon piece. So it's going to give a little strength to your design. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this one. Kind of trying to go the edge because that's going to help it glue onto the whole the wagon. It's going to support the other wheel. Okay. See, doesn't that look cute? Let's flip to the other side. I'm going to put this on here. You know what? I'm going to turn this. Okay. And then one more wheel. Put this on here. All right. See, doesn't that look cute? Just as a little wagon. It's super adorable, just even like that without the flowers. Okay, so now I want to show you how I attached my little handle. So I'm going to take both of these pieces and I'm going to glue them on top of each other. But when I glue them, I'm only going to glue this long piece together. I'm going to leave these short bottom pieces without glue on them because I'm going to spread those pieces apart. So let's start. You can put your thumb on there so you like no glue on there. No glue. Put that on there. And we're going to overlap those two pieces with just glue on the long piece. So you can see these aren't glued. So this is a tad bit long for spreading and putting on here. So we're going to just shorten it just a little bit. I don't know how much I took off, maybe 1/8 of an inch. And then we're going to spread those pieces apart, just like if you have a brad, you know, spreading apart those little brad legs. And then just dry fit it. Does it fit on your box? And I did this in the same color as my wagon, so it's not going to be so noticeable that, and even if it was, that's part of a wagon. I looked up wagon pictures. They have that kind of bar that comes out at the bottom, so it's actually part of the mechanics of the wagon. So we'll just put glue on here and here. And you don't have to put the handle on here. If that's an extra piece you don't want to do, you don't have to. Sometimes if you're doing a lot of these, you know, you want to simplify things and, you know, not have all the pieces, depending on how many you want to do, how detailed you want to be. It's a cute little detail though, and it's not that hard to do. And just give that a little press. So now you see you've got your little wagon with the handle, makes it even cuter, right? Okay, we can glue this on, or we can wait. Well, let's go ahead and glue this on. So there's a little bit of a lip down here. That's wonderful because I can take this and just put glue on that little lip down there. And you're going to tuck that, whatever side of the wagon you like the best, you're going to tuck that into here. And that's just, oh, it's so cute. It's even cuter in person. Look at that. It's like a wagon full of sunshine. Okay, so let's do the little nuggets, and then we'll finish off this piece. Okay, so for the nuggets, I've got 2 pieces of that designer series paper, that 2024-2026 in color designer series paper that I've used so much of. These are little 3x1 inch strips, and I did have some nuggets. Here they are. Come here, little nuggets. So the way I do these is you can give them a little curl in the center. It kind of helps go over the hump of the nugget if you want. The way I do this is I see this piece down here, and I'm going to kind of pin that piece down. Sometimes when Hershey's nuggets are wrapped, that piece can be a little flappy. So I'm going to make sure I pin that down. I'm going to go in about 1/2 an inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch of an overlap, and I'm going to bend on that corner there. Then I'm going to take it off the nugget and give it a little press down too. That's just going to help it kind of come together. Then we're going to overlap right here and bend right here, give that a little press, and you can press down there too. Okay, so put your nugget the same way it was before. And I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue, not very much. And then I'm going to take that second part, wrap it around, and give that a little press. And that's going to hold really nicely for you. Tiny bit of glue. This versus tear and tape will hold better. So glue is just always my preference because it just holds a little better. Okay, so the same thing. I'm going to pin this flap down about 1/2 an inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch. I'm going to press that down, come back in, wrap it, then kind of bend it over, give it a little extra press. Then come back. We're going to do a little bit of glue, teeny tiny bit, and then wrap it around the nugget. Aren't those cute? I love wrapped nuggets. Okay, let's pop them in the box. They look super cute, right? But guess what? When you tip the box over, they fall out. so at a dinner party, that might not be a big issue, but at a bigger event, you'll want these to be pinned in here. So you can do this little cover. You can do it as a window sheet. If you want to see the little nuggets, you can do it as a window sheet, or you can do it with paper. Paper's a tad bit easier to work with, I will tell you. And look, this paper here, the same designer series paper that I use for the nuggets, has this pattern, the floral pattern. So doesn't that look nice, the florals with the florals? So let me tell you what this piece measures right here. We're gonna score this piece real quick. So let me look at my measurements. For the optimal cut, this is 3 3/4 of an inch minus 1/16 of an inch. So I'll put the exact 16th measurement in my description of the video. So if you're on your ruler, 3 3/4, and then shave off a hair, a 16th of a hair. And then on the other side, it is 2 inches minus 1/16. So that one's easy. That's 1 15/16. So, but go to the 2 inch mark, go 1/16 less, shave off that hair, and then you'll have the perfect size for covering this. Okay, we are going to score this one at the 1/2 inch mark, okay? The box was scored at 5/8. This one is smaller, so it's going to be scored at the 1/2 inch mark. So just go ahead and do a 1/2 inch on all 4 sides to create that little lid piece. If you were doing this with window sheet, you cut it to the same size, use the small ball instead of the big ball. The big ball is good for designer series paper because designer series paper is lighter and you don't want to poke through the paper. But window sheet is really tough. I love Stampin' Up! Window sheet, but it is it's stiffer, so you want to use the small ball. It's the same technique on both. You're going to cut away the corners. Instead of making tabs, this is such an easy lid. You've probably seen me do lids like this before. So easy. You just have to get the measurements right. That's the true battle with these things, is getting the correct measurements. Okay. So I'm not going to demonstrate the window sheet, but I want to tell you how I would do it just in case you want to do the window sheet. So with window sheet, because it's stiff, after I have cut my pieces, I would put my window sheet down and I would line it up and I would take a metal ruler, press down, and then bend it up along the ruler. It's going to try and not want to bend, but you're going to use that ruler and bend it over, and you're going to do that on all 4 sides. That's the best way to do it. Use like a stiff metal ruler that's straight. And but with paper, it's a little easier. You're just like bending. You could reinforce with a bone folder if you want to, but with light paper like this, it's not really necessary. So then you're just going to take this piece and finagle it around this piece. And it should fit, if you got the measurements right, like I just did here, it should fit nice. It's snug, but not too tight. I think it's just the perfect, tightness, right? You can walk around with this in your hand and it's not going to come out, but if you do this, then it will come out. Okay, so you saw I had to shake this quite a bit for it to come out. So it's a nice design for an event where people are going to be picking this up and holding it in their hand. Okay, let's pop that all back in there. Okay, let's finish this off. We're going to create a little happy birthday greeting. So I've just got a little tiny piece of cardstock. This is 1 1/4 inches by 1/2 inch. We'll grab peach pie. I don't know if I cleaned it off after my last stamping, so I just cleaned that off on the side. I'm gonna grab this and just hover over top and stamp down. This is a small stamp, so use a light touch. Don't squish it down. Look at how sweet that is. All right, and then we'll bring this back in here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of glue. And we'll pop this on here. Just kind of between the wheels, about 1/8 of an inch from the top. Isn't that sweet? Okay, then we're gonna grab some of these. These are the 2024-2026 in color resin dots. I love it when things match, and these match so well. Okay, we're going to pop off, we're going to do the little dots, or you could do the big dots too, but just choose. And we're going to cover those little hubcaps. It just adds a little thing, a little tiny bit too. It just looks a little sweet. You could do more bling too. Like say you really love bling, take some rhinestone jewels and pop them in all the flower centers. That would look really cool. You could add like a little ribbon bow on top of here. We've got in color ribbon that matches. But I think at this point, I'm really happy with the way this looks. It's got a greeting on it. It's got some embellishments on it. It holds everything together really nicely. So, okay, let's shove some of my stuff aside so that I can show you what they look like. Okay, so these are the floral ones. Like, isn't that pretty? Like, wouldn't that look really gorgeous as a display? And remember, you can do, like, maybe it's a birthday party, you can do a happy birthday, but you could also do thanks, you know, for coming to the party, or whatever greeting you want. It doesn't have to be that. Maybe it's a teacher appreciation event, right? And then it's something else. It could be thanks. You know, whatever greeting you would want to use, you just stamp it on a little tiny piece of paper, and then you pop it on there. If it is truly a birthday, then this one's kind of cute too. So that's another option. I love the flowers the best though. I wish I had done them all in flowers, but I did want to show you how to do like the little birthday one, like a version, doing it just with the birthday gifts and the banner. So that is really super cute as well. I hope you like those. All right, I'm coming back over to you. So, you know, you could do it as a Christmas version too. And then for that, the filled with cheer, right here. The filled with cheer would go really nicely. Now, the thing with the filled with cheer, you will not have a die for this and for our little snowman friend here. But I would stamp, I would color. If you're coloring with Stampin' Blends, you'll want to glue that onto a sheet of the same size. And then you're going to cut around the top. And it doesn't have to be precise. You know, you don't have to go into the little arm pieces of the snowman and do all that level of detail. You'll just kind of, you know, go kind of around and cut them, fussy cut them with scissors. And you'll want to leave yourself a little tab underneath so that you have a little bit of place to glue your thing into the wagon. So that would be the difference. The other thing is, if you want to create a wagon and maybe you have some other stamp sets or whatever, you could also, you know, just create whatever you want and just tuck it into the side of the wagon. Like, you know, on this one right here, you would just, you know, tuck your little shapes in. You know, you could just do that, or leave it just as a little wagon. It is super cute just as a wagon on its own. Like, I guess if we're looking at this side, it's like a really cute little thing just as a little wagon. That would be, I think it would make a cute baby shower favor. Wouldn't that be really cute? Like, you could do them in boy-girl colors, or that could be kind of a fun thing as well. Maybe it could even be a gender reveal. Do the wagon in a neutral color, and then have that little piece of paper. This could here, piece of paper. It could be hiding the colors underneath, right? Like the of the actual, like match the cardstock to your paper, and then underneath have like either pink wrapped nuggets or blue wrapped nuggets. That would be really cute for a twin reveal, right? Because you'd have, maybe it's two girls or two boy twins or a boy girl. I don't know, that I just thinking out loud here, right? Just kind of fun things you could do with this particular design. So just remember, Filled with Fun bundle right now, it's on low inventory. So if you wish to get it sooner rather than later, make sure you purchase it as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure it will be coming back in stock because it does match another stamp set that was just released. But it's just timing. We just don't know when things will come back in. And if it does go out of stock and you want to find out when it will be back in stock, you are welcome to message me. It takes a couple of days before it will show up with a date on the inventory list once it sells out. You're welcome to send me an email. I'm going to pop my email address up here. This is my email address. My form on my website is not working right now, my contact form, so I need to fix that. But if you email me directly right here at brendaQstamps@gmail.com, I will be sure to let you know when it comes back in stock. If it does go out of stock, I'm just assuming that it will. What else can I tell you? If you're new to my channel, my YouTube channel, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel because that's how other people find me. And this is what I do as a business. So I would love it if you would join my channel. And if you hit the little notifications bell, you will be notified when I have a new video or a new live coming up. So make sure you do that too. If you give me a thumbs up, I will be so grateful. That also helps me be seen. Leave me a comment, leave me a question. I would be happy to answer it. And I'm going to go through all of your comments right now and see if there's any questions and say hello to some of you. Let's just go over and do that. Good morning, Nancy and Amy and Terry and Ver Blue and Marty and Deborah and Brenda. Another Brenda, how cool. Hello, Birgit. Hello, Sandra. And Marty says, don't forget to give Brenda a thumbs up. Thank you. I forget to say that sometimes. I'm trying to be better about doing that. Everyone's hot. I'm actually in a t-shirt today, which is rare. I love long sleeves, so I'm a weirdo. But I am in a t-shirt today because my studio's on the main floor and it does get kind of warm in here, but I actually love that because I don't love air conditioning and I don't like it blowing on me, so I can keep this floor a little warmer, and my husband's upstairs on the second floor, and that's where the AC runs more often. Heat rises, so his AC gets put on a lot more. Okay, good morning, Marbear and Michelle from all the way from Australia. How neat. Amy says they're adorable. Thank you. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Mary. Hello, Denise. We have people from all over the place. I started not saying where everyone was from, so unless you're from a different country, I've kind of been pointing that out. Marty says, if you have too many dies in a bundle to fit on one magnet card, 2 cards will fit in the case. Yes, that is true. So back to the magnet cards. Where are my little magnet cards? So I didn't pop all the dies back on this, but so you can fit 2 of these sheets inside your stamp case. And I have done that before. There are some dies that will not fit inside of your case. So when that happens, then there are slightly bigger magnet sheets that you can have so you can fit the larger dies. Sometimes we have, it just depends on the shape. Sometimes they just will not fit. So yeah, you can, most of the time 2 magnet cards will work and fit all of the dies. But if they're too big, there's been a few that are too big, then you just have some extra magnet cards that you can have on the side. They just are the way to go because that way your dies aren't rattling around. It's very easy to see them on the black. It's wonderful. Really, really cool. Okay, let's keep going. Hello, Nina. And she says, give thumbs up, everyone. Aw, thank you. Brigitte says, Brenda, if I don't have the matching dies, what size of a circle punch could I use? I will measure that for you. Let's just switch back down to here. I've got my metal ruler out here right now. Let's see. It is just a hair shy of 3/4. So you could probably use either a 5/8 inch circle punch or a 3/4 inch circle punch. That's what I would suggest. And also, if you have a 5/8 or a 3/4 inch circle punch, it might be faster to punch all of the wheels out. Like if you get the stamp set, it might be faster to stamp them and punch them real quick. If you're doing a lot of those, that's probably what I would suggest. You might go crazy die cutting all of those little tiny circles. They do match like really well though, so you can decide, right? Mary said, such a cute box, will make for sure. She said she made the TV box and it turned out so cute. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. What do you use? What do you use to make your glue holder jar? Okay, so I get this asked a lot. So let me just explain this. This is just a glass jar. Actually, I think we got this when we were on the Maui incentive trip. We got some honey. There was honey in here, and I cleaned it out. It was just a teeny tiny jar of honey. It measures, let's see, it's kind of like the size of a baby food jar. I don't know if they still make those. So it's about 2 3/8 inches high, about 2.5, and it's about 2 1/4 inches wide. And it's the perfect weight. What's this yellow stuff in the bottom? That is just glue that's leaked out. Once it gets to be kind of larger, I've cleaned this out once before, but you really don't have to. It kind of just, I don't know, it kind of holds your glue bottle in place, kind of gives the point a place to land. Yeah, some of it oozes out, but I tell you, this is so much easier to use than to have your glue bottle on its side, or if you tip it over, then you're constantly shaking it. So I love this. I actually just keep it upside down all the time, like all the time, even when I'm not crafting. So like several days could go by and I'm not crafting, and this will just sit here upside down. I don't cap it anymore. Sometimes I'll cap it if I'm going away on a long vacation, like over a week, if I remember, but sometimes I don't even remember. So yeah, it just stays upside down. So I hope that answers your question, crafty artisan. Rhonda says adorable. Sandra says love this. Denise says very pretty. Love all those in colors together. I do too. I cannot stop using those in colors. And anyone who got the starter kit in May when the catalog went live, I've done a ton of projects with those in colors, so it was such a good investment. But if you didn't get the starter kit in May, you can get the starter kit anytime. I had someone just signed up with me yesterday because she loves my Hershey's projects, and she wanted to do them for fundraisers. And so when you sign up with my team, you get I have some paid tutorials. You can get those for free from me. So it was a really good deal for her to get the starter kit. So she signed up yesterday. The starter kit is a good deal anytime. It's $99 and you get $125 worth of product in there. And then you get to be a demonstrator, and that benefits renewable if you meet minimums. And so it is just an awesome deal anytime. So you could put some of the in color products into the starter kit and get it right now. Very easy peasy to do. I should put up, okay, this is, if you have questions about the starter kit, this is where it's at, cubiesquest.com/join. And I'll have like a little kind of question and answer thing. But if you have more questions, then email me. That's my email address. And I will be happy to answer your questions. All right, I'm going to pop that away. Let's keep going. Nina says, very versatile. Mary says, pumpkins would be super cute. I think so too. That would be really cute as a fall project. Hello, Nola. She says she's catching the tail end. Well, thank you for being here, Nola. Marty said she just ordered it, but plus the add-on. It's so cute. Oh, awesome. And she says she also loves the in colors. And Nalita says she likes it. Well, I hope that gave you some thought, food for thought for today. Marty just posted, they do still sell baby food in jars. She uses it to mix meds into chicken baby food for her kitty. Aww. And she uses a baby food jar for her glue. Oh, good. That's good to know. I had suggested it to people, but I didn't know if anyone was doing it. But I like the weight of glass. Like, I like the feel of glass. It's kind of nice to have this on my desk, and it just shifts around on my desk. It's my go-to adhesive. It's my number 1 adhesive. I love how long it lasts. I love how it sticks things together. And I pretty much use it for everything. There's only a few times when, I'll use a dimensional or tear and tape, but this is like absolutely my go-to adhesive. Marty says, thank you for a wonderful project. You're welcome. I hope you all have a great weekend. Watch for my project sheet tomorrow. And I hope you will make some of these. Crafty Artisan says, thank you. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.